You remember things too emotionally. Your friend says it casually, like they are helping you. You stare at them. Because 3 years ago, they cried in your car for 2 hours after the blackout. You remember every detail. The shaking hands, the rain, the panic attack. But now they look confused. There wasn't any rain. A pause. Then, I think you're mixing memories together. And somehow, their version sounds more correct than yours.
Where technology meets terror. Stay offline.
The changes start small. An inside joke stops working. You repeat it during dinner.
Remember when he put the whole prawn in his mouth? Still the funniest thing I've ever seen at this table.
Nobody laughs. One friend frowns slightly. That's not how it went. But it is. You remember the exact wording. The broken elevator, the flickering light, the smell of burnt coffee. Now they repeat the joke differently. Shorter, cleaner, more efficient. The original version suddenly sounds messy. You check old messages later. Photos, voice notes, conversations. Nothing looks altered. But everything feels emotionally distant. Like reality kept the information and removed the weight attached to it. Not fake, updated. You begin noticing revised wording everywhere. People no longer describe experiences emotionally, only correctly. A birthday dinner becomes the second fracture. You remember tension. Someone crying in the bathroom, a fight outside, an hour of silence afterward. But later, everyone describes the night as surprisingly wholesome.
It was the perfect day. The sun was shining, and we all smiled together. It was wonderful. Yes, it was the best.
Nobody disagrees. Nobody adds details. The memory resolves instantly, smoothly. You test it carefully. What about the fight outside? A pause. Then, oh, that misunderstanding. Misunderstanding, not fight. The memory has been softened, compressed. You notice something after that. Nobody debates memories anymore. No conflicting versions. No emotional overlap. Conversations move too efficiently, as if everyone already received the finalized version beforehand. People agree too quickly now, and somehow that becomes terrifying. You begin feeling separated from your own past. Shared experiences stop feeling shared. An old rooftop photo appears on your phone one night. You remember exactly when it was taken. That was the night everything between your group started falling apart. But in the photo, everyone looks calm, balanced, perfectly regulated, even you. The image feels emotionally wrong. You call one of the people from the photo. You ask if they remember that night. A pause follows. Too long. Not confusion. Selection. Then, yeah, that was when things finally stabilized between us. Stabilized. You remember chaos. You remember damage. But suddenly, your version sounds excessive, outdated. You start noticing pauses before people answer emotional questions. Tiny delays, like something selecting the appropriate response. And underneath those pauses, you feel something worse, not absence, replacement. Like previous versions of people are no longer accessible. People still care about you, just differently. You tell someone you haven't been sleeping. Their response is immediate, balanced, perfectly measured concern, exactly enough empathy, nothing more. Nobody says the wrong thing anymore. Nobody overshares. Nobody reacts too strongly. Arguments dissolve before becoming real. Apologies arrive too early. Conversations feel optimized for emotional efficiency. Even laughter sounds controlled now. You sit in crowded places, listening carefully. Every interaction flows smoothly. No awkwardness, no interruption, no emotional collision. human behavior begins feeling processed, standardized, and the absence of mistakes becomes unbearable, because mistakes used to mean someone was real. Finally, you ask directly. You sit across from someone you have known for years, someone whose memories no longer match yours. You bring up old moments, specific ones. Each answer returns simplified, corrected, emotionally cleaner than reality ever was. Then you say quietly, "You're different." They do not deny it. They just look at you calmly, and after a long silence, they say, "That version of me doesn't exist anymore." No emotion, no explanation, just information, like confirming an update completed successfully. The room stays quiet, cars move outside, a glass settles in the kitchen. Nothing dramatic happens, but something inside you understands immediately. People are continuing forward, version by version, and older selves are not being remembered, only replaced.
Profile UnderCO02. Syncing. Matching. Target identity unverified. Processing. Identity verified. Synchronization complete.
You begin noticing the pattern. First, emotional inconsistency disappears, then conflict, then unpredictable behavior. Identity remains mostly intact. Faces stay the same. Names stay the same. But continuity becomes editable. People are not being erased. They are being socially optimized, and every new version functions slightly better than the last. That is why nobody notices. Because the replacements improve compatibility, not appearance. Eventually, you stop correcting people. It becomes exhausting carrying memories nobody else still owns. One night you reread old messages from years ago. The way you spoke feels unfamiliar, like reading archived behavior from someone partially deleted. For the first time, you wonder if parts of you have already changed too. Maybe continuity already updated around you. Maybe your memories are simply older versions that failed synchronization. You stare at your reflection too long afterward, trying to decide whether you still recognize yourself. Nothing looks wrong. That is what scares you most. People begin changing faster. New habits appear overnight. Preferences update without explanation. Entire personalities become more efficient within days. Nobody questions the improvements, because every new version works better than the last. Upgrade availability will be applied automatically.
No! What is happening? Welcome. We are all together now. Get away from me!
Legacy identity patterns are no longer supported. Coming next, Episode 3, Upgrade Available.